Hollywood, 1947. A city of dreams, glittering stars, and dark, hidden secrets. On a cold January morning, a woman walking with her child in a vacant lot in Leimert Park made a gruesome discovery. It was the bisected body of a young woman, posed in a grotesque, deliberate manner. This was the beginning of one of America's most infamous and haunting unsolved mysteries, the Black Dahlia Murder. The victim was 22-year-old Elizabeth Short, an aspiring actress with raven black hair and a captivating smile. The press, in their typical sensationalist fashion, nicknamed her the Black Dahlia, a moniker that would forever cement her place in the annals of true crime. The name, possibly a reference to her dark hair and penchant for black clothing, or inspired by the film noir The Blue Dahlia, added a layer of dark glamour to an already horrific crime. The investigation that followed was one of the largest in Los Angeles history. The LAPD was flooded with leads, tips, and, most disturbingly, dozens of false confessions. The killer, or someone claiming to be, even taunted the police and the press. They mailed a package containing some of Elizabeth's belongings, her birth certificate, social security card, and photographs. The contents had been meticulously cleaned with gasoline, wiping away any potential fingerprints. This wasn't just a murder, it was a carefully orchestrated performance. And the killer was the director. Who was Elizabeth Short? She wasn't the starlet the papers made her out to be. Born in Boston, she drifted from city to city, working as a waitress and dreaming of a life on the silver screen that never quite materialized. She was a transient figure, beautiful and enigmatic, leaving a trail of acquaintances but few deep connections. This transient lifestyle made piecing together her final days incredibly difficult for investigators. She was last seen alive on January 9, 1947, at the Biltmore Hotel in downtown Los Angeles. After that, she vanished for 6 days, a period that remains a complete blank. What happened during that lost week is the dark heart of this mystery. The sheer brutality of the crime was shocking. Elizabeth's body was severed at the waist, drained of blood, and her face was carved into a horrifying Glasgow smile, extending from the corners of her mouth to her ears. The precision of the bisection suggested the killer might have had medical or surgical knowledge. The body had been washed, and there were signs she had been bound and tortured for days before her death. This level of sadism pointed to a killer who was not just angry, but deeply disturbed. A predator hiding in plain sight. The list of potential suspects was long and varied, a who's who of mid-century Los Angeles. There was Dr. George Hodel, a prominent physician with a dark side. His own son, a retired LAPD homicide detective, later wrote a book accusing him, citing circumstantial evidence like his father's surgical skills and a handwriting analysis that linked him to the taunting notes. When police bugged Hodel's home, they reportedly recorded him saying something to the effect of, "Supposin' I did kill the Black Dahlia, they couldn't prove it now. They can't talk to my secretary anymore because she's dead." It's a chilling thought, but without concrete proof, it remains a compelling theory, not a conviction. Other suspects included Leslie Dillon, a bellhop and aspiring writer who seemed to know intimate details of the crime, but was later cleared. There were mobsters, jealous lovers, and even, for a brief time, the surrealist artist Man Ray, whose work shared some disturbing visual similarities with the crime scene. Over 150 people were seriously considered as suspects over the years, but the case file grew thicker and colder with each passing decade. The Black Dahlia case had a profound impact on American culture. It exposed the seedy underbelly of Hollywood's golden age, a world far from the polished perfection seen on screen. It became a cautionary tale, a symbol of innocence lost and dreams shattered. James Ellroy's masterful novel, The Black Dahlia, and its subsequent film adaptation, brought the story to new generations, mixing fact with fiction to create a gripping neo-noir epic. The case has inspired countless books, movies, songs, and even video games. Elizabeth Short, who never achieved fame in life, became an icon in death. But why does this case still captivate us over 75 years later? It's the perfect storm of mystery. It has the glamour of old Hollywood, a beautiful and mysterious victim, a sadistic and intelligent killer who was never caught, and a trail of tantalizing but ultimately inconclusive clues. The killer's taunts, the chilling Glasgow smile, the perfectly posed body, it all feels like something out of a horror movie. It's a real-life puzzle with a missing final piece, and that void invites endless speculation. Furthermore, the lack of forensic technology in the 1940s severely hampered the investigation. Today, DNA evidence, advanced fingerprinting techniques, and digital forensics would likely have cracked this case wide open. But back then, detectives were working with little more than shoe leather and intuition. The gasoline-wiped belongings, for example, were a brilliant and simple move by the killer to defeat the forensic science of the day. The case also serves as a haunting reminder of the person at its center. Beyond the legend, the nickname, and the gruesome details, there was a young woman named Elizabeth Short. A woman with hopes, fears, and a life that was brutally cut short. Her story is a tragedy, not just because of how she died, but because of the life she never got to live. Her memory is now forever entwined with one of the most chilling questions in American crime history. Who killed the Black Dahlia? The answer, it seems, is lost to the shadows of time, a ghost haunting the city of angels. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into one of history's most compelling cold cases. It's a story that reminds us that sometimes the most frightening monsters are real. If you found this interesting, please give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more journeys into the mysteries of the past. Let me know your own theories in the comments below. Stay curious and stay safe.